Okay, today's dish is going to be very rustic. It is breadfruit coucou. As it was Barbados's 54th independence this week on Monday, I thought I would do a Bajan dish. So, in and amongst all of this steam is actually a breadfruit boiling, cubed, and just ready to mash and make into the coucou. Now that breadfruit coucou is going to go with this pork. It's going to be stewed down and salted by myself with my usual wet seasoning, and I'm going to use wet seasoning and do it on the stove top today because I like it brown stewed, and I don't use food coloring. I am old school. I brown and burn the sugar to get the nice color and then steam it down. So yes, it will be breadfruit coucou with stewed pork, and I don't know what I'll throw in with it after. Right, now here is the pork. That's a bit of spring onion there, but they're not my favorite cuts, I have to be honest. They really aren't my favorite cuts. These are loin. I prefer shoulder for the simple reason it's got more fat in it, so consequently more flavorsome and doesn't get as dry. So you have to be really careful how long you cook these. Anyway, there goes my seasoning. You know me and my seasonings, and they always have to be homemade. What's the point in spending money to buy that from somebody else? Okay, and what else is there? Right, here is the sugar, the brown sugar. Yeah, right. Now when that catches, that is what will give it the color. Right? That will give it the color. And here is some garlic paste. Now I have really started to reduce the amount of salt. I kind of put it in my seasoning, so I don't really have to add any. But I'm gonna stir this up now, and as you see, my hand doesn't touch anything. I can't be doing all that seasoning and stuff and pepper and onions and thyme up under your fingernails. Nah, I'm not in that. So I'm gonna get another spoon actually and stir this in and let it sit for a while, and then put it in the pan, brown it, and then stew it. Right. Pork is seasoned and it's been sitting in there for a few hours, and now I'm gonna add this to the pan. I tell you, this bowl is enough to make you seasick. Look at it. Jeez, I feel giddy just looking at it. Anyway, this is going to go into the pan and start browning down. Okay, the pork is in the pan now on the first side, browning down. First side will be nice and dark, and then I will turn it over and brown this side that's looking ever so anemic, and then we will stew it. Now, though I love breadfruit coucou, this is the part I actually hate. The real Aunt Jemima bit. Here it is, just out of the pot, as you can see, with all of that steam. It is boiling, it has been boiled, it's drained, so it's nice and dry and ready to mash. Aunt Jemima, eat your heart out. I hate this, but the end result is wonderful. Right, now it's starting to resemble something that's edible. It's still got a lot of cooking to do. As you can see there, that's the browning that I'm talking about, that gives it the color. And yes, in goes the juice, and it will stew for a little bit longer. It does look good. You know, it's really times like this you need the smelly vision business, because, boy. Right, I'm going to add the onions now, because you don't want to add them too soon, because they will just burn. So, there in the onions. We're going to leave these to catch a bit more. That's it, the onions are going to catch a bit more. And then we put it down to stew. That's right. Right, here is the breadfruit. It is mashed, butter, salt, black pepper, a little shaved garlic, spring onions, and salted meat if you want to put that in there. This is now going to go through the rice and become even smoother. Yeah! Right, as you can see, the pork is boiling and stewing down nicely now. And as I said, that dark color is simply old school, just letting the brown sugar, what we call catch. Some people call it caramelize, some people call it burn, but we just let that catch, and there you get your nice dark, rich brown color. Not with food coloring or browning. Cheated. Here is the stewed pork. See, I told you it would get nice and dark and rich. You didn't believe me, did you? Now here we have finely shredded cabbage and onion with scotch bonnet, thyme, black pepper, and salt. And this is just going to stir fry down nicely. And it will be served with the breadfruit coucou and brown stewed pork. I'm getting hungry. Here is some stir-fried cabbage and onions with scotch bonnet and thyme, black pepper and salt. That will go with the breadfruit coucou and the jerk pork that my friend is here looking. I've got two people hovering over me. Can you hear one? Hovering over me. They can't wait me to serve this food. One has actually come from East Jesus. She never comes here. All of a sudden, she's coming at dinner time. I ask you, hey, these people, I'm trying to do my thing and they are harassing me for food. Anyway, there is the finished product. Breadfruit coucou, avocado pear, stewed pork, brown stewed pork, and stir-fried cabbage. Yeah!
Okay.
Can you hear them clapping their hands?
That's it. Hurry up, love. Yay!
Can you all be quiet? I'm trying to do a professional video here.
Yay!
Jeez. Whatever next?